Jonah sits alone, minding his own business, when suddenly a divine voice echoes in his mind. Arise, go to Nineveh, that great city, and cry against it, for their wickedness is come up before me. Jonah 1:2. Jonah blinks. Nineveh, the enemy city, the heart of corruption? Oh no, nope, not doing it, he mutters, shaking his head. He looks around as if trying to find a loophole. Maybe if I just disappear for a while, God will forget. And so, without hesitation, Jonah books passage on a ship headed for Tarshish, the complete opposite direction of Nineveh. Jonah settles into the ship, confident in his grand escape plan. He finds a cozy spot below deck, yawns, and drifts into sleep. Meanwhile, outside, the sea starts throwing a fit. The wind howls, the waves rise like furious mountains, and the ship tosses violently. The sailors, experienced seafarers, are reduced to screaming like frightened children. They throw cargo overboard, praying to their gods. Nothing works. Finally, someone notices Jonah, snoring. "Hey, wake up, sleeper," the captain yells, shaking him. "Pray to your God before we all perish." Jonah rubs his eyes and sighs. He knows exactly what's going on. Busted. All right, this is my fault," he admits. "Just throw me overboard. That should do it." The sailors exchange nervous glances. "Throw you overboard? Just like that?" "Yep, toss me in." "How about we try rowing first?" They row. It doesn't work. The storm laughs in their faces. "Okay," they mutter, "let's toss him." With an apologetic look, they pick Jonah up and chuck him into the sea. Instantly, the storm stops. Just as Jonah starts sinking, thinking, well, this is how it ends, something massive looms beneath him. Before he can react, chomp, he gets swallowed whole by a giant fish. Inside, it's dark, squishy, and smells like every bad seafood dish ever combined. Jonah groans, "Really, God? A fish?" For 3 days and 3 nights, Jonah sits in his new, very confined living quarters. He tries stretching. Nope, not happening. He tries sleeping. Not easy when you're constantly bobbing. Finally, he does what he should have done from the start. He prays. "I cried by reason of mine affliction unto the Lord, and he heard me. Out of the belly of hell cried I, and thou heardest my voice." Jonah 2:2. God, being merciful, hears him. The giant fish, now having fulfilled its divine Uber service, swims toward shore and spits Jonah out. He lands face first in the sand. Jonah drags himself to Nineveh, still smelling of fish. He glares at the city. "All right, fine," he mutters. "Let's get this over with." He walks a bit into the city and shouts, "Yet 40 days, and Nineveh shall be overthrown." That's it. No long sermons, no passionate appeals, just a single warning. To Jonah's utter shock and slight annoyance, the people actually listen. From the king to the beggars, everyone repents. They fast, wear sackcloth, and cry out to God. God sees their genuine change of heart and decides to spare them. Jonah sulks outside the city. "I knew it," he grumbles. "I knew you'd forgive them, God. This is why I ran." God, in his patience, causes a leafy plant to grow over Jonah, giving him much-needed shade. Jonah relaxes, finally happy. The next morning, poof, God sends a worm to eat the plant. The sun beats down on Jonah's head, and he almost faints. "Oh, come on. Just let me die." God speaks, "You care about a plant, but not an entire city full of people." Jonah has no answer. The lesson is clear. God's mercy extends beyond what we think is fair. You can't outrun God. No matter how hard you try, God's plans will always prevail. Obedience is better than resistance. Doing what God asks the first time saves a lot of trouble and fish guts. God's mercy is for everyone. Even the people we think are undeserving can receive His grace. Don't be like Jonah. Rejoice when others find mercy instead of pouting about it. Jonah's story isn't just about a fish. It's about God's relentless mercy. Whether we're running, sulking, or lost in the belly of our own problems, God still calls us back to Him. The question is, will we listen the first time